Hey people, you found the Hillbilly Voodoo channel. I'm Aaron, the Vanilla Gorilla, and this here is Project EOR. If you don't know what EOR is, it's probably because you're not subscribed to this channel yet. And only awesome people are subscribed to this channel, so maybe you should do it right now. Project EOR is a mashup of a snowmobile, a lawn tractor, motorcycle, and a whole bunch of other random stuff we've had laying on the floor here. It's going to be an off-road tracked wheelchair of some type. And see, you've become more awesome already just by knowing that. So we're going to do a little bit of overview and recap of the project, and then we're going to get on to what we're going to make next. So what do we got going on here with this thing? These are the rails out of the bottom of a snowmobile. We have snowmobile tracks that go over the top and around for the track drive. We have a mower motor and a mower frame out of a lawn tractor. The transaxle out of a lawn tractor. We have forward and backwards. We have brakes that control each side to steer with. And it's pretty much assembled to a point where we could probably do the wiring and put fuel in it and make it go. But I am really not comfortable in this seat. The seat sucks. And my feet, currently where I'm sitting, are sticking out past the end of where the tracks are. Which means that my feet are going to be the first ones to the scene of the accident, and I kind of really don't like that idea. So what I'm going to do about this, I think I'm going to move all this skid frame that the tracks mount on forward 2 inches. I'm going to take it from mounting here, move it to mounting in the front. Slide this forward. Give me 2 inches approximately there. And then I'm going to get rid of this seat because it's just not comfortable. And then we'll decide what we're going to do for a seat after. But first thing, I'm going to try and move this suspension and see what it gives us. So how are we going to go about moving this whole skid frame forward? Well, as you can see, when I built it, I bolted everything in. It's bolted right there. Bolted right there. So, the plan here. Plans? Yeah, we don't have plans. We have ideas. The idea here. Drill a hole here on this side of the frame. Move this bar from this side to this side. That should give me the width of this, and the width of this, to move everybody more forward. This stuff here is bolted in. Should be able to move it forward, bolt it back in again. Is this going to work? I have no idea. Are we going to find out? Hell yeah, we are. Let's get to it. We got this thing all up on jack stands here. A board fed through the frame, so that when I unbolt the front here, I can just drop it down on the ground, roll it forward, and then lift it back up. First I'm going to dethrone this thing and get it out of our way, kind of like the way Justin Trudeau should be, dethroned and out of our way. And here we go. Let's see if these bolts will come out. This is kind of like the rest of Parliament, crusty and crooked. Stripped out. Guess that's what happens when you reuse everything. We'll get that out of the way and give us some room to breathe here. Probably just throw it on the floor where we'll be tripping over it for the next couple months. Just like everything else. Now we can unbolt this front subframe here. the socket and do this the not hard way. Valve is unbolted, drop down, move forward, drill the hole in there. And now we'll just try to bolt this together. This part has been moved forward. We'll bolt the front end in, jack the back end up, drill some holes, bolt that end in there. And it looks better. I don't know if it's going to be better, but it looks better. So it should give us a little bit more space in the front for our feet so that we're not getting our toes smashed. I'm still probably going to have to put a bumper of some type in there with the footrest. So I'll get it bolted in here and get the back end jacked up, drill some holes, and see what happens from there. What's the chances that we get this in here right the first time? Wow. That was almost like we planned that. Yep. It helps when you stick your tongue out. Well, we'll rattle these bolts home here, and then we'll jack up the back and do the back end. I'm going to jack up the back here. You guys tell me if that thing's moving at all, or I have to figure out some other way to do this. Going anywhere yet? Well, it kind of looks like it moved into place, so we'll drill some holes now and call it a real thing. Get some holes drilled in here and we can bolt this thing in. Make sure the drill goes the right way first. Using the bit the same size as the holes that are already here so that it will give me a center pilot hole, or a centering point. And then I'm going to switch to a smaller bit to poke the first hole and move up from there. Now we'll move up to one of these step drill bits. And poke a hole and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. They work pretty good. They serve a purpose. They're not the end all be all, but they work for a lot of things. You don't have to change your bits to bigger and bigger sizes. So yeah, kind of works out. I guess it works out when you got a good drill. Or I mean a good battery. So let's go find a battery. Now we'll finish off the hole with the original bit that we started out with and be good to bolt her in. And there you go. Bob's your cousin uncle brother, and we've moved the thing ahead. Now that we got that track frame all bolted in there and secure, our feet are in a much better position, probably much safer. Almost, well, they're back behind the front of the track, so that's a good thing. Now, if you've reached this point of the video, you're probably feeling the awesomeness overload by now. And you should probably share that awesomeness overload with your friends. Because you know, sharing's caring. And well, I guess if you don't really care, then you could share the awesomeness with your friends and they'll think that you don't suck. But anyways, now that I've got this foot position proper here, I realized that the chair wasn't comfortable, the seat wasn't comfortable because the base was way too low. And it just wasn't wide enough for, well, big enough for me. So I'm gonna think about what we're gonna do here. My daughter-in-law sent me a video of a guy that built a track chair type thing, and it had a lazy boy recliner on it. And I didn't really kind of want to go to that extent, but I was watching Star Trek last night of all things. Yeah, people still do that kind of weird stuff. And I saw Captain Kirk sitting there in his little captain's chair, and I thought, hey, that kind of looks a little bit comfortable, and who kind of doesn't really want to be the captain of the Enterprise? Well, I guess if it doesn't really work, or this machine doesn't work, we'll still be boldly going where nobody's gone before. So I think I'm going to kind of do a cross-up of, well, a lazy boy recliner and a Captain Kirk chair. Haven't really decided yet, so maybe you guys could leave some comments in the comment section on whether you think that a Captain Kirk style chair might be a good idea. I think maybe we're going to leave this video here and maybe go watch some more Star Trek and decide whether Captain Kirk has got a good chair there or not. So until next time, use what you got to make what you want. Do some hillbilly voodoo of your own.